There's a place in our solar system where radio silence is absolute. A place where no human voice has ever been heard, no signal ever received. A place that remained hidden from human eyes for all of history until 1959. The far side of the moon isn't just distant. It's different. Fundamentally, impossibly different from the side we see every night. And when the first photographs came back from Soviet spacecraft, scientists couldn't believe what they were looking at. Because the moon we thought we knew was a lie. Or at least, only half the truth. And the other half? The other half contains mysteries that governments, space agencies, and astronomers still struggle to explain. Anomalies that don't fit. Structures that shouldn't exist. Silence that feels too perfect to be natural. For billions of years, the moon has shown us the same face. Always. Without exception. This isn't coincidence. It's tidal locking, a gravitational dance that synchronized the moon's rotation with its orbit around Earth. But this cosmic arrangement created something unique in the solar system, a hemisphere that remained forever hidden. Ancient civilizations worshipped the moon, tracked its phases, built monuments aligned to its movements. Yet none of them ever glimpsed what lay beyond that visible edge. The far side became mythology before we even knew it existed. What secrets might hide on a surface that never saw Earth? What could evolve, grow, or be built in a place with absolute privacy from our world? When Luna 3 finally sent back those grainy images in 1959, the Soviet scientists expected more Maria, those dark, smooth plains of ancient lava we see from Earth. They expected familiarity. Instead, they found a landscape of violence. Crater upon crater, carved so densely into the surface that they overlapped, creating a chaotic nightmare of impacts. The far side looked like it had been used as target practice by the universe itself. And the Maria? Almost completely absent. As if something about that hidden hemisphere attracted destruction while repelling the volcanic floods that smoothed the near side. This asymmetry haunts lunar science to this day. Two halves of one body, treated completely differently by cosmic forces. Why? The differences go deeper than anyone initially suspected. The far side's crust is significantly thicker, sometimes by 20 or 30 kilometers. This shouldn't happen on a body as small and geologically dead as the moon. Some scientists proposed an ancient second moon, a smaller companion that crashed into the far side billions of years ago, piling up its crust like cosmic debris. Others point to unusual heat distribution during the moon's formation. But every explanation requires extraordinary circumstances. And then there's the South Pole Aitken Basin. This impact crater is the largest and deepest in the entire solar system. It stretches 2,500 kilometers across and plunges 8 kilometers down into the moon's interior. Whatever hit the far side to create this scar carried the energy of 1 million nuclear weapons. But here's where it gets strange. When scientists measured the basin's gravitational signature, they found something massive buried beneath it. An anomaly so dense and so large that it pulls the moon's center of gravity slightly toward the far side. But the gravitational anomaly is enormous. We're talking about something with a mass of 2.18 quintillion kilograms, roughly 10,000 times heavier than Mount Everest. Could a single ancient impact really leave such a concentrated, preserved mass? For billions of years? The silence of the far side offers another mystery. Because it's shielded from Earth's radio noise, every broadcast, every satellite, every electromagnetic whisper from our civilization, it's the quietest place in the inner solar system. Radio astronomers dream of this silence. It's why China placed a relay satellite behind the moon and sent the Chang'e 4 lander to the far side in 2019. A radio telescope there could hear the universe's faintest signals undisturbed. But that same silence creates a perfect hiding place. Anything happening on the far side would be invisible to Earth-based observation. No radio signals could escape. No light reflects back toward us. It's a natural dead zone for surveillance. During the Apollo missions, every time astronauts passed behind the moon, they experienced total communications blackout. For those minutes, they were more isolated than any humans had ever been, cut off from every other member of their species by 3,500 kilometers of rock. And in that silence, some of them reported things. Strange things. Apollo 10 astronauts, in 1969, heard what they described as outer space-type music through their headsets while behind the moon. The sounds were so strange they debated whether to report them, fearing they wouldn't be taken seriously. NASA later explained it as radio interference between the two spacecraft modules, but the crew found this explanation unsatisfying. They knew their equipment, and these sounds were unlike anything they'd encountered. The far side also hosts some of the moon's strangest surface features. Permanently shadowed craters near the poles contain ice, water that's been frozen for possibly billions of years. But scattered across the far side are unusual patterns. Here's what they don't tell you in the official reports. The far side's extreme cratering isn't random distribution. Statistical analyses show clustering patterns that don't match expected probabilities from random impacts. Certain regions show impact densities far higher than chance would predict, as if something about the far side attracts objects, or as if impacts occurred in coordinated waves, like bombardment campaigns. The ancient moon had something our modern moon lacks: a magnetic field. We know this from magnetized rocks brought back by Apollo. But the moon's core is too small to generate a global magnetic field like Earth's. So where did it come from? Some lunar rocks show magnetization levels that would require a field thousands of times stronger than what the moon's core could produce. Scientists call this the lunar dynamo problem, and it remains unsolved. But here's the disturbing part. The strongest magnetization appears in samples from near the far side boundary, as if whatever generated that impossible field was concentrated there. There's also the matter of the far side's unusual composition. Samples from the Chang'e formation revealed minerals that shouldn't exist in that location. Material that must have come from deep within the moon's mantle, somehow transported to the surface. The far side of the moon has been surveyed, photographed, and mapped. We know its topology better than some ocean floors on Earth. But knowing what something looks like isn't the same as understanding what it is. Every answer about the far side generates new questions. The crustal thickness anomaly, the buried mass, the magnetic impossibility, the compositional mysteries. Each explanation requires special circumstances, unique events, convenient coincidences. Perhaps the real secret of the far side isn't what's there. It's what the moon has been hiding from us, not deliberately, but by the accident of its locked rotation. An entire hemisphere that developed in complete isolation from Earth's observation, free to experience its own cosmic history unseen. And now that we can finally see it, we realize how little we understand. The moon we thought was dead and simple turns out to be asymmetric and strange. A body divided against itself, with one half that welcomes us with familiar dark plains, and another that presents only scars and silence. The far side will tell us its secrets eventually. China plans permanent bases there. NASA's Artemis program will send astronauts to explore those permanently shadowed craters. Radio telescopes will be built in that perfect silence. But some mysteries might be better left unsolved. Because what if the far side isn't hiding secrets from us? What if it's hiding them for us? A cosmic vault, locked by gravity and time, waiting for the moment we're ready to know what it contains. The moon shows us one face, always. Familiar, comforting, predictable, but it has another face. And that face has been watching the universe, not us, for 4.5 billion years. Recording impacts we never saw, collecting materials from space we've never sampled, experiencing a history completely separate from the moon we think we know. Maybe the real question isn't what secrets hide on the far side. Maybe it's why we were never meant to see them until now.